The spring season has arrived on the homestead, and today we're going to continue chipping away at this 7-acre fence I'm building.
Yeah, I just realized this is my 20th H brace. I made 20 of them. We're not done yet with H braces.
Our chickens are looking good in the brooder. Grass is growing, and we are currently on baby piglet watch with our Cooney mama pig. We're also working in the garden today, and we're moving some pigs.
Excuse me. You gotta trick them. You gotta trick them. So we're gonna move her from this spot over here. This spot is a little bit more higher, so that way she's not sitting in a bunch of mud if it does rain. Sorry, got the food. Got the food. Come on. Come on, this way. Come on. Now I'm trying to situate the shelter to where it's close to our little barn here, because just in case we need to use the heat lamp for the piggies, we could run an extension cord out here.
Yeah, I just hope that she doesn't have her babies like right now. We just need to get through these next 2 days, because it's going to be the coldest these next 2 days.
What usually happens is that the animals like to have the babies on the coldest, most miserable weather. Last year, Elvira had the babies at the I think one of the coldest weeks of spring. So we're supposed to have a cold spell this week.
This is your home, Elvira.
So this is the side of the property, and the next step of this high tensile that we're building is that we need to do the corners. We have our H braces that we installed. They're ready, at least on this run, which is, I think this is about 300, 400 feet. It has existing 4 wires already for horses, but we're gonna add 2 wires. So there's gonna be a total of 6 wires eventually. This was existing. This is how they did it. They ran an insulator tube, and they ran the high tensile through the insulator and wrapped it around the pole like that. They crimped this part, and then they had a tensioner attached to it, and then that would attach to the rest of it. But we're gonna do it a little bit differently. We have these insulators. These are bullnose insulators. Some of the wire that I had saved. We're gonna slip one of these insulators through there, and then we need to wrap it around this first, because this H brace is in the way. We can't make them already, which is gonna make everything a little bit more tedious, because we're gonna have to do this on every corner and everywhere there's a gate. So then we're gonna crimp this And that makes it so that way the wire doesn't come out. It makes it super tight. So that's wrapped around there, and then you have your insulator attached there. And then what's gonna wrap around here is the rest of the wire. So that way you're not gonna electrify, or it's not gonna short out with the wood post here. Like this part that's attached that I just did is not gonna be electrified because of this insulator. Because we're not gonna use this one. So then this one's gonna wrap around there. I think I need to make this longer though. And this is the tensioner, and then the tensioner is gonna wrap around the rest of the length. Or if I would have thought about it, and again, this is all, you don't know what you really need to do unless you've done it before. Because I would have made these already made and slipped them over the H brace here before I put this part up. Squeeze. My yardstick so I can measure. This one got pulled so tight that it cracked it. Cracked this insulator. Oh, screw broke too. This is the corner that when this wire was pulling. So we have to be careful not to pull it too tight. But this is, I added this H brace and this H brace, so I think that's going to help this corner. So that's why that's not leaning and we're not cracking some insulators. I'm probably going to add more insulators here. And then turn that corner a lot easier. Stepping posts are your friend when you work by yourself. I'm going to hold that in place right there. Luckily I have so much of this wire. It's such a tangled mess I have. But, yeah. I get to reuse it. Man, this stepping post is so helpful. Oh, forgot a crimp. Take this out. I'm walking up now, making sure it's all tight. I did these two bottom pieces. We have two more that's already existing. I'm gonna have to add something here on some spots. See this big hump? We're gonna have to add a pole here or something to raise that up 6 inches and raise all this up so it's all even down. So you can't have it touching the ground like that. But I think those two I did looked really good. So when Mike was here, he installed these ones on this end. So you got 3, then you have this one. And then I'm gonna have to add 2 wires. Yeah, I think this one looks good. We just have to tighten it. Something's in there. Hello? Anybody home? So then the corner comes out here. I think these look good. Just going around. So we have these three. See that? That's touching the diagonal brace. That cannot touch. These are not touching. We just got some material in. This is a spiral insulator. So it's like a little spiral. Now, if I would have thought about it, I could have put a regular insulator and slipped it over before I closed everything up and crimped everything. But because this is open, you just kind of slip this through. So then that's on there pretty good. Now I'm trying to see if it's all kind of tight going back up the property. See if I missed any insulators. Man, it's looking good, guys. It's looking very good. Man, I can't wait to finish this part of the fencing. Yeah, it's looking tight. And we need to add 2 more still. 2 more down, but I wanted to use what I have already, and then we'll kind of see where we're at. And then I think I'm gonna have to buy some of this wire to add, unless I want to piece together a bunch of wire pieces. So I'm just cutting this part right here on this part of the fence. This part did not have these tensioners right here because I'm putting these because I'm adding this gate. Tighten it up. And now we're gonna check on the opposite side, see where we're at. See, we need to tighten it too much, I think. Now we have 4 wires. And now, I mean, technically we could charge this right now and it would be hot and we would be good. I might have to raise up some of these middle ones in between the poles a little bit, like over there with a pole or something, but for the most part it's here. We just need to add 2 more. But this many right here, this would keep in pigs. It's kind of a big mess. Just gonna have to cut it all out. So it's potato planting season. We have our in-ground beds that we used for pumpkins and watermelons. We had this covered with plastic, and then we just moved our chickens off of this. Now Penelope is broad forking it. How's that going, Penelope?
Good.
Last year we grew potatoes in our raised beds. We figured we'd try something else and grow them in these longer beds. This area still needs a ton of work. I mean, we have some blackberry bushes or thorny bushes, random spots that are still growing. You know, this was a horse arena, so still plenty of things to do. So we need to add the soil still. So we're not planting potatoes today, but we're just preparing it for when we do this week. Well, we're getting low on some stuff. These crimp sleeves, there was 100 in here, all gone. I've used all these. And then these insulators, these are all used insulators that I took off some posts. This is dwindling down pretty good too. Plus these tensioners, I need to get more of these. I mean, I'm gonna use them. I should just buy a ton of them. I kind of didn't even count how much I actually need. I just said, oh, this is a good number, I'm just gonna buy these. I need a fencing section in my barn. There you go. Some of my YouTube watchers saw this stick that we made. Me and my friend Mike showed me this trick, measuring how far we want the insulators instead of keep figuring it out as we go. And they said that this is a story stick. Story stick. All right, that makes sense. Yeah. Look at this. This is part of a wasp nest. Way up there, it's kind of disintegrating and attached to a tree. It's still kind of there, but it's kind of gone by now. So I think we're good for today. Almost got this set up for today, but this is the top of our property here. A very tippy top, and then we're starting to work our way back down with this fence. So this is tight. I mean, I'm not completely done with it because I need to still add the 2 wires, but it's there now, these 4 wires, and it's tight. And that corner is pretty much done. Also, probably the last thing I'm gonna end up doing is the gates. I think just in this pasture area alone is gonna be about 5-6 gates. But I think I feel a little bit better because at least I have a vision now. I know what needs to be done, and it's very tedious what needs to be done. But every day I'm trying to chip away at it. Hopefully it doesn't take me too much longer, but all right, the girls are getting it done while I do fencing. You guys are obsessed with me. You need to stop being obsessed. All right, Penelope, you getting it done?
Yeah.
Good job. So the broad fork acts kind of like a tiller. It's just breaking up some of this hard soil. Then we're going to add some amendments, put some soil on top of it, and hopefully we'll grow some potatoes. You can kind of tell, see how brown this is? I think they're pretty much ate a lot of the green that's happening, because then if you look at the rest of the property, it's green. All right, piggies, making pig moves. Come on. Come on. Come on, pig. I need to make another pig shelter because in a minute, with Elvira's babies, we're gonna be, I don't know, we're gonna be overgrown by pigs. I need more shelters. We're gonna need this chicken coop pretty quick too. So we're working our way up the property. Grass is growing. I'm putting my lawnmowers to work.
I'm gonna do a row of green beans, and then we're gonna do pumpkins and melons and squashes here in these rows. So not all potatoes. But this is not gonna be a pumpkin patch, like just a straight pumpkin patch like how we did last year.
Yeah, plus we have our high tunnel.
Yeah.
So we have lots to grow.
We have lots more growing room this year than last year.